Hello and welcome to the review, highlights and words, match day review. West Ham have drew 1-1 with Spurs at home. Keep your comments coming in. I'll give you a chance to come on and have your say on the game as well. But for me, and also let me know if you've come from the other stream, has it worked? Were you automatically redirected to this stream? Please let me know in the comments so I know it does work. Was it a much improved performance from West Ham? Yes. Did we deserve something from that game? Yes. Did we deserve to win it? Honestly, I'll be brutally honest here. I'm not even putting my neck on the line. Yes. Why? Well, we saw fight. We saw determination. We saw things we've been missing, and it's given me more confidence on the season ahead now after witnessing that performance there. Players stepping up, Fornals, Ben Rama, players all around the park, Zuma, Kira, all the new players stepping up. People are there doing a job for West Ham, and that is exactly what we wanted them to do. We've been waiting for a performance like that, in my opinion. Been listening to the commentators all the game, and I think they've been actually ridiculous. I think what they've actually been doing is looking for Tottenham to play well, but I can't say Tottenham did not play well. I think West Ham played really well and matched their tactics absolutely to a T, and I think that's what we frustrated them. And defensively, Tottenham are problematic. They caused their own problems, and we've absolutely nullified that threat. It's an unfortunate goal that they scored through to a Kira own goal, and there was nothing he really could do. You just don't want to be getting yourselves into those situations. But at the end of the day, we got the draw at home. And if I ask you this question now, if you are just joining me, would you have taken that at the start of the game? And I think many fans I've spoken to probably would have taken the draw at the start of the game. And I honestly, I really am. I'm a lot more confident for the season ahead after that performance, because I think we turned up and showed the Premier League, not Spurs, but the Premier League, what West Ham are capable of doing. And it's and it kind of excites me for the bedding in of the players. Yes, I think we're lacking in some areas in terms of going forward. I think, I thought Antonio had a great performance today. We'll talk about him individually in a second, and I think he could have been doing, maybe, I don't know if the game would have been different if Scamacca was there. I'll tell you something now. If Scamacca was there, I do think their defense would have really struggled, because defensively, Tottenham are, I'll be brutally honest here, they're an absolute shambles. They're a shambles of a team defensively, and they're going to have a lot of problems defensively. They really, really are. And I think West Ham are really unlucky to come away from that game and not get anything from it as well. But when I go think of players, players that have come into the occasion, new players, Thilo Kira, I think he had a fantastic game. I think he's a quality player. Apart from that unfortunate own goal, I think he had a fantastic game. He played 90 minutes in the game, the full game. He had 2 clearances. He had 1 block shot. He won 50% of his ground duels. He won all of his aerial duels. He had 53 touches. He had 81% accuracy in his passes. He was 50% inaccurate in his crosses and 50% accurate in his long balls as well. And I really think he covered really well. I feel like he had to play several positions in the game today, and I really think he stepped up to the plate for West Ham. And I've got to give credit to someone else, someone that I've been saying that's lost a lot of pace and has been struggling a bit this year, and it's Vladimir Safal. I thought he had a fantastic game today, playing a bit further forward and causing their defense a lot of problems as well. He played the full game with 1 clearance, 1 block shot. He had he never won any of his ground duels, but he won some of his aerial duels. He had 57 touches, 86% pass completion. He was successful with 2 of his crosses. He had 2 key passes, and he was successful with 50% of his long balls as well. And I really think he nullified a lot of the threats, and he kind of shown today that he can step up to the mark when he's asked for. But I've got to give a big, big shout out as well. I mean, I'm doing big shout outs here, but for me, this player that I'm about to talk about is by far my man of the match today. He absolutely deserves the plaudits for this. And it's Toby Sucek. I think he had an absolutely blinding game. He got the goal that obviously drew his level. He had 54 touches. He had 89% accuracy in his passes. He had one shot on target. He won nearly 100% of his ground duels. He won nearly 100% of his aerial duels. He only lost possession in the game 5 times. What a contrast to someone against Brighton who lost the ball 16 to 18 times in that game himself as well. He had 2 clearances, he had 2 block shots, he had 2 interceptions, and he made 4 clear-cut tackles. That is an all-round performance from Toby Sucek, especially when you need your players to step up to the occasion. We all know that West Ham are in the market for someone potentially to come in and support Deckers and Toby Sucek in the middle of the park. But Toby Sucek stepped up to the plate today. He absolutely did, and I'm buzzing about that. I really am buzzing because you want your players firing on all cylinders. And I'm telling you now, what a bloody goal that was. What a goal it was. And it was all made from Antonio. It was an error from Lloris. He cleared it out. It was a throw-in. It came to Antonio. He'd done a lot of hard work. He held off the defender. And what a subtle, unbelievable pass. I do not know how he got it to Toby Sucek from the outside of his right foot, but he did. Toby Sucek took the ball on his left knee and put it onto his right foot and smashed it into the back of the net to make it 1-0. And we had chances in that game. We absolutely had chances in that game, 100%. I'm going to give you a chance to come on and have a chin wag with us in a minute, but I will get through that. Now, let me just read some of the more stats for you. Declan Rice, again, I thought he had a great performance for us. Stepped up to the plate, 90 minutes, 76 touches, 95% success rate in his passes, 1 key pass. He was accurate with 100% of his long balls. He only lost possession 12 times. Now, let me just reiterate something to you. We played Brighton and we got beat, right? And between Declan Rice and Toby Sucek, they lost possession 32 times. We played Aston Villa and we won the game. And between Declan Rice and Toby Sucek, they lost possession 16 times. Tonight, Declan Rice and Toby Sucek lost the ball only 12 times. They are tightening the ship in the middle of the park and they're playing progressive football. Declan Rice won 75% of his ground duels. He won 100% of his aerial duels. He made 1 clearance, 1 interception, 4 tackles as well. He blocked 1 shot. He had a shot on target, and it was another all-round performance from our midfields. And for me personally, we did win that midfield battle. We absolutely did. I can't think off the top of my head, apart from maybe a couple of occasions where Tottenham really caused us loads of bother, but I can think of several occasions where West Ham were causing Tottenham a bit of bother through that game. A really good, strong performance from West Ham tonight. Let me just talk to you a little bit about Pablo Fornals. If you're looking at individual stats, he had 85 minutes. He had 61 passes, 61 touches, sorry. He had 80% accurate passing, 1 key pass. He was accurate with 95% of his long balls. He had 50% successful rate in his dribbles, 1 shot on target. He won only 20% of his ground duels, only 50% of his aerial duels, but he lost possession 16 times tonight. But I think progressively moving forward, he was good today. He was creative today, but he did lose possession 16 times. He had 3 clearances, 1 tackle, and yeah. But for me, the biggest thing here today is the unity within this team, and it really shone through today. Now, some more match stats for you. The total match stats was 62% possession to Tottenham to West Ham's 38. We had 14 shots to Tottenham's 13. We had 4 on target to their 4. We had 8 off target to their 2. We had 2 block shots and they had 7 block shots. And that just shows you that defensively we came up with it. We had 2 big chances, huge chances. And let's not forget, we hit the woodwork in the first half as well. We played 366 passes in total in the game, and Tottenham had 619, nearly double what West Ham had. We were successful in 83% of our passing compared to Tottenham's 89% pass success rate. We were successful in 56% of our long balls in the whole game compared to Tottenham's 55%, and we were lacking in our crosses into the box 17%. That's something we definitely definitely need to work on. Possession lost, though. We only lost it 102 times in the game compared to Tottenham's 106, but we won 40 of our duels compared to Tottenham's 30. So we were dominating the midfield of that park. Early on, Busuma picked up a yellow card, and I think that had to calm him down because he was getting a bit irate in the game. But we out tacticked Conte today, and I think fair play for David Moyes again, who gave another debut to his record signing Lucas Piqueta, who looked a bit dangerous when he came on. He looked a bit exciting, really excited for the future of what it holds there. And there were several chances we had near the end of the game where the ball just trickled through from the low cross coming in from Vladimir Sifal. Emerson dummied it, Paqueta dummied it. And if one of them had just shouted to the other in Portuguese, in their home language, and the ball would have honestly smashed into the back of the net. But unfortunately, it did not. And it was so unfortunate, and that could have won it. And then that chance at the end of the game, where Bowen puts the ball across. Oh my God, honestly, I was distraught. I was absolutely distraught. So if you are watching, I'm going to get you to come on. You've got a chance to come on and give us your 5 minutes. You come on and have 5 minutes of a chat and let us know your opinion. So have your say, we call it. So come on and give us your chat. I'm going to jump through the comments here. We're not doing that bad. I'm happy with that. Yes, Crosshammer. I don't want to hear no Soucek slander. Absolutely not. He was absolutely phenomenal. He was a phenomenal midfielder today. He really, really good. Christopher Warwick looked a better team as soon as Piqueta came on. Yeah, he looks progressive. He looks forward thinking. He looks like he can get that ball forward as well. So he really is exciting. Crosshammer, a lot of positives. Absolutely. Ford, Bowen got filled off the pitch. You are completely right there, Ford. He was absolutely smashed to pieces. I'm really surprised the referee didn't deal with a lot of those earlier on. The only player I really think he got a yellow card at the first half was Busuma, but he only really started using the yellow card for Tottenham in the second half, really late on in the game. But before that, Bowen was smashed to pieces, and that was unfortunate. And I tell you what, Bowen's game today was so much better than he's been all this season, and that was looking a lot better from him. Absolutely a lot better. Let me give you some of the stats for Jared Bowen's game today. 90 minutes, he played at 28 touches, 77% pass accuracy, 2 key passes, 50% crossing accuracy today, no long balls. He had 3 shots off target. He missed 1 big chance, but he won 4 out of his 5 ground duels. He won 3 out of his 4 aerial duels. He only lost possession 6 times, and he was fouled several times. 4 fouls he had against him in this game. He made 1 interception, 1 tackle, and he was dribbled past once as well in the game. But it was a much better performance from Jared Bowen. This hat can't even fit my head. It's ridiculous. And players, when they had to step up, definitely did step up. Quite a promising performance. Could have edged it in the end, but in all things, looking good for the future. Andy, the way I look at this performance today is it gives me so much more confidence moving forward, even into the game against Chelsea and against any other opposition, because we've stepped up today. We really have. I know we've not got the win, but we could have snatched that in the end. We really, really could have snatched that in the end. And I tell you something now, if we had won that game, we would be singing from the rooftops. Of course we would be. By the way, Creswell should not be starting. No, I agree with you. I do agree with you. Creswell shouldn't be starting, but until I actually think he had a good game today. I really can't massively fault his performance today. He had 72 minutes on the park. I mean, it might be forced now change because he came off the park injured. I'm sweating. Absolutely pouring with sweat here. He had 5 clearances. He made 3 block shots. He was 91% accurate with his passing today. He had 50% long ball accuracy. He only lost possession 4 times. He won 100% of his ground duels and 100% of his aerial duels. So, I mean, we really can't slag off Creswell today because it was an all-round performance from him as well. He stepped up to the plate when we really needed it. And that was more of a moyesy performance. What I loved about that performance today was the progressive football we played. When Spurs had the ball in defence, we pressed. And see, when we press, we cause teams problems. And when we don't press, we invite them on and it causes us problems. And I feel like sometimes screaming at this, the screen, or when you're at the game, screaming because you're like, why don't we press? Because when we press, we look good. We're more than capable of turning up and doing a team over any team. Would definitely have taken a draw before the match, but we should have edged it in the second half. Andy, I completely agree with you, mate. I really, really do. Mandy G says, lucky Spurs. It didn't transfer me over. I had to do it manually. Same happened with the Villa game. It didn't work. Right. Okay. Interesting. Thanks for that. Soucek praise, please, for once. I'm giving it to you. Did you not see the stats I've given for Tommy Soucek? And just let me know, when was that? 9:51. I think I have given them to you as well. But we are going to be going live to the stadium. DJ Russie B, mate, can you hear me okay?
Yep, can you hear me?
Yep, I can. I'm going to put you on the full screen because people will want to see the stadium rather than me, but I'll talk about it. Russ, I tell you what, mate. I tell you what. You must feel a bit more confident for the season ahead after that performance.
Second half, definitely. That second half performance. I think we all felt a bit more confident, to be honest. I mean, there was a real... to be honest, apart from the goal, to be honest, Spurs that weren't much of a threat. Obviously there was a few breakaways where, could have gone one way, could have gone the other way. But it fills me with so much confidence going through the next rest of the season, and options on the bench. Ogbonna coming on, obviously Piqueta looks a good player. We've seen him play, firsthand. So, for me, he's sort of he looked like he got some good touches in there. I think with someone like Scamacca playing off Scamacca, it's looking good, mate. It's looking good.
I'll tell you something, though. We can definitely... I've got to give the credit where credit's due because, this could have been a really big slip-up today, and it was a really unfortunate goal to give away. I'm going to bring Dan on the stream as well. Danny boy, good to see you, mate. But I want to talk about one player in particular, a player that's, on the tip of everyone's tongue about heading out the door, and it's Tommy Soucek. He gave us a performance and a half tonight. He was unreal tonight, wasn't he? I'll go to you, Dan, first.
Do you know what, mate? We've always said, sit Rice, let him do the box-to-box, let him arrive late, and the Tommy Soucek we all know and love will come back. And that's exactly what they did tonight. Rice was playing the deeper role. It's funny, isn't it? The one time Rice ventured forward, he lost the ball because Antonio was on his heels, and they went up the other end and scored.
Yeah.
After that, it was almost as if Moyes noticed, and Moyes went, right, come on, you sit, you protect. And then Soucek was the one doing the runs in late to the box. So, yeah, he was phenomenal tonight, mate. He was that was the Soucek of old tonight. It really was. That
really, really was. And Russ, I've went through the stats. People are asking for them again. He had 54 touches. He was 89% pass accuracy tonight. He was 100% accurate with all of his long balls. He had one shot on target. He had two other shots that were off target. He scored a goal. He won 95% of his ground duels. He won 95% of his aerial duels. He only lost possession 5 times. Now, I don't know if you caught me earlier on in the stream, but I actually said that from the Brighton game, between Soucek and Declan Rice, they lost the ball in the midfield 32 times between them. And Aston Villa, between them, they lost the ball 16 times. Tonight, we only lost the ball between Declan Rice and Tommy Soucek 11 times. They only lost the ball tonight. And so they're really collectively working that midfield and progressively getting better. Russ, Antonio, talk to me about him.
Tried his art out, didn't he? Tried his art out again. A selfless performance, I thought. Ran himself ragged. Obviously, we've got the option now, but unfortunately Scamacca wasn't well. So it was unfortunate because I think Scamacca against end centre backs, particularly when Sanchez got a yellow card quite early doors, I think he would have had a field day, to be honest. But he tried. To be honest, he was he was bustling. Particularly in the first half, he was trying to. There's a few times where he was just being a battering ram that we want him to be. Do you know what I mean? It's like that. That's his maison d'etre. That's his MO. Just to batter and run at defenders. And to be fair, Sanchez had to foul him a few times just to stop him. I thought it was a really good performance, a selfless performance. And right at the end, if he was 5 centimeters, nearer, would have scored. Would have scored the winner.
He would have tapped that into the back of the net. I've got to give him credit. But what I really liked, Dan, today was the tactics used by David Moyes. I mentioned it just before both of you came on the stream there. When West Ham press, we cause opposition teams problems. And when we don't press, we're causing ourselves these nightmares of counter-attacking football that come against us.
Yeah.
But we simply press a little bit on their defence, a little bit on the goalkeeper. We force the errors. We've got the players who can counter at that short pace, at that bit, to get forward, to drive forward. And it's such a difference, Dan, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the thing is, if you watch the first
Russ,
half,
have you got someone? Sorry.
Have I got someone? He's just returned from the.
Hold on.
He's just returned from his Edinburgh. Okay, he's just returned from his Edinburgh Fringe. Mark Simmons. You can't see; it's a bit dark. He's got a duck. I'm quite small. Yeah, that works well, doesn't it? Yeah, that works well.
He needs to step back a little bit.
Don't worry. Mark, first game back this season. You should play.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved really good. It felt special. Especially their second half. Yeah. There's some right class on that pitch, I reckon.
It was basically that's what we were just saying there. It gives us a bit of hope for the rest of the season, doesn't it? Really,
100%. Piqueta was brilliant.
Oh, he's got some touches, the boy.
Yeah. He didn't. It's like it was stuck to him. It was great. Really exciting.
And I like the fact he got a tackle in, I think, on Sanchez, which everyone's sort of like, woo! So he got stuck in. Yeah. But I mean, obviously, seeing first game back, obviously since the Fringe and stuff like that. I mean, you picked a good game to start the first game back, didn't it?
Yeah, and I'll tell you what I really liked. There's decent Wi-Fi in there now. That's so good. In the first half, that was the best bit. The second half, the play took over. It was great. Really fun. I mean, look at you found a photo of me from about 10 years ago.
About 10 years ago,
isn't it? Beautiful.
Mark did a My Hammers 11. Go back and check it out on the channel. Very, very good My Hammers 11. A few gags as well, of course. Yeah, of course. When's your next gig?
I'm in Wales on Friday in Monmouth. Anyone coming?
Tomorrow. Any Welsh people? Tickets still available, probably. marksimmons.com.
Yeah. It's like some weird bikers festival. I'm a bit scared, actually.
Russ, I wanted to ask Mark, who was his man of the match?
Man of the match for you.
Oh. Good. You know what? I don't think anyone really jumped. Has anyone jumped out for you? I just thought it was a really good, solid performance. I mean, Rice played well, but he's always. Yeah. I don't know. I
think Toby Sucek probably
for the goal
and Tom did stats, lots of possession and balls won, and it just seemed a bit of a better game. But I think, do you know what I like the look of Kira, the centre half. I think he looks class. He looks class.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Who was the official man of the match?
We only give one if they win the game. We only announce if they win the game. Yeah. There we go. Little in joke there.
Soucek.
We'll go Soucek. I think Soucek's a great shout.
Because you told me to say that.
Because I told Mark to say it.
It was good. I was like, good game.
Good game. Says Jimbo. It's Jimbo. Good game.
Bruce
Forsyth. There we go. We digress. But anyway, Mark's going to be he's Chelmsford as well. Chelmsford in January. London.
Leicester Square, 12th of November. Only a few tickets left for that. Get yourself down there if you like jokes.
There's plenty of them. But anyway, man, look, take care, man. I'll let you go, man. See you soon. Nice to see you, buddy. See you soon, my man.
Love it. This is what you get when you join the West Ham network, isn't it?
Good old Mark, bless him.
You brought up the Tilo Kera. Dan, mate. I mean, you watch a lot of football from all over the world. I've gone on for years about having a ball-playing central defender. I think we've needed it for such a long time, and this guy is so cool.
His last two games, I would say, he has really shown what he can do. And today he was solid in defence. But what I love about him is he's happy to come out with the ball. Most of his passes go forward. There was that one in particular when Soufal passed it back to him. He whipped that cross in with such pace, and it was Sanchez just managed to get it away. Like when you've got that ability, when you've got a centre back that can sit there on the edge and deliver a box like that, a ball into the box like that as well. We've needed that. We have really needed that. He's quick across the ground as well. I thought he covered the space well. Because obviously Soufal was pushing up. The fullbacks were really bombing on. I really thought he covered the ground well. I feel like, and I don't think anyone would have thought this before his name was mentioned. But if he carries on playing like this, when a Gerd comes back, and if he potentially gets in the team, we'll have two very mobile centre backs in those two.
Well,
and that could be really special for us.
In actual fact, we've got two mobile, versatile defenders who can play in different positions. So we can. I mean, you can actually see if they come back and they're all fit and they're all firing on all cylinders. You can actually see the future. I wouldn't
even be surprised if, say, a Johnson and a Soufal's form fell off and like they were struggling. K would go out and play right back. I genuinely wouldn't be surprised with the way that he uses the ball and covers the ground. And he's got good delivery on him. Would not be surprised to see it happen.
Yeah, I totally agree. But also, I think what was quite interesting. Sorry, my point was
go on.
Was Zuma played in the second half. Zuma was playing the left centre back, and again, and Kira was playing right centre back. Whereas traditionally, Zuma's the right centre back, and Kira's been playing the left centre back. So, I think if Aged comes back, I saw he's in a car. I don't think he'll be back before the World Cup, but when he's back, I think Zuma's place could be sometimes a risk for that reason.
I'm telling you though, look, I've kind of been doubting Zuma a little bit, particularly this season, but see from the last two games, I can't really fault Zuma.
You're right.
Generally, my only issue with Zuma is his mobility. That is my only issue. If you're asking us to defend a deep line, and balls coming in and header it out, and you're just pure defensive ability, Zuma's your man. That's who you go to.
Yeah.
But if you're going to go the way Moyes wants to, where he wants to go to a more progressive style of play, passing out from the back, working it, your defenders pushing up a bit closer to the halfway line, then Zuma isn't going to be your man because he doesn't have the pace to get back and he doesn't look comfortable on the ball.
But I feel like, again, I know it's fine. I'm going to bring the stats out, though. I'm going to bring his individual stats out. He obviously played the full game. He made 7 clearances today. He was successful in 100% of his ground duels. He was successful in 95% of his aerial duels. He only lost possession 4 times in the game. He was 90% pass accuracy in the game, 50% long ball accuracy, 41 touches. So another kind of defensive duty. But I see the point, Dan. I see your point about having future quality in defence between Aguerd, Kira. I mean, he looks like a diamond, man.
The nice thing we've got now is that Moyes has a headache in every department of the pitch. Other than fullback, I think we're a little weak at fullback. I think, and unless he's going to use Emerson as a out-and-out left back, we'll wait and see. The pace there tonight was a bit of a worry at fullback. But other than that, I do think he's got a very good headache in every area of the pitch. I really do now. And we've still got deadline day tomorrow. And if you believe in everything you want to listen to, they're still potentially looking for a centre mid to come in on deadline day. So, you never really know.
Don't go to bed. Do not go to bed. I mean, Russ.
Man.
I mean, several times in the game, I think, especially when we went 1-0 down, the floodgates could have opened, and I think that was maybe a concern for us. But West Ham showed that grit, determination to fight back, not give up on the second ball. We started winning those second balls again, and we'd done enough, and we got our deserved goal. But when it comes to the goal, I mean, what a bloody goal! I mean, Antonio, what was that? Have you seen this assist again?
What a goal, man! What a goal!
Hello, Mum. You all right, Mum? You all right?
Who's man of match?
Oh, my mum.
Your mum.
Oh, massively.
Who was man of match tonight?
Man of match.
He needs to come on the screen. Get him on the screen.
West Ham Network.
I think it's me, mate.
There we go.
Look at that. Actually, I watched the volleyball game.
Yeah. What's the old man of match?
I reckon once Piqueta came on, everyone raised their game, didn't they, a little bit?
They did.
Do you know what I mean?
He looks a player, doesn't he? He looks a player.
He's a baller, isn't he?
Yeah. A bit like when Skamaka came on for the first game. He looked like he could play.
Where is he? And the bloke behind me said he's got illness.
He had ill, it's like a bug.
He's not had a Lasagna, is he?
I know, innit? So is Spurs. Yeah, of course you are.
Oh, we live.
So you just got your breasticles out.
Oh, lads.
There we go. Man of match. Who's your man of match?
Yourself, mate.
Myself. Thank you very much.
Had a good match tonight. For the first time this season, I think Rice had a good match.
Yeah.
I think he's been bad this season so far, but he had a good match tonight.
Toby Sucek, though, I thought he had a good game.
First goal in the Premiership this season.
Yeah. What a goal! I mean, it was great to see, man. And obviously, gives us confidence going in the Chelsea game now, isn't it?
Of course it does. And always want to take in. We always give them a game. I always love beating Chelsea. Always. Yeah.
Especially there, Gav.
Season. Best
Yeah.
we looked all season.
Yeah.
You know what? I think we were doing 3-0. 3-1.
3-1.
I'll give him a goal.
Well, it gives us a bit of confidence, doesn't it, guys? It gives us a bit of confidence.
Yeah.
That's all good, man. Take care, man. See you soon.
What's on it?
West Ham Network, man. West Ham Network.
I do. I watch West Ham Fan TV.
Go on, mate.
West Ham Network's better.
Yeah.
We had Pedro Obiang on the other day. We have ex-players on every day.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And over 100. Yeah.
Wow.
Check it out. There's a whole playlist, man.
He influenced a bit of Skamaka coming.
Yeah, we spoke to him all about that. We spoke to him about the Tottenham goal. Everything, man. Check it out, man. It's good. Take care, Russ. Take care, man.
Russ,
James, cheers, man.
Russ,
Take care, man.
Russ, keep him quickly.
What?
Keep him.
Go on,
Look,
James,
just to
wait,
show
wait.
him. Just to show him.
Go on.
Just to show him. Look, you ready?
Just
We've
approve,
just
just
signed someone
approve,
from
right,
there,
where is
and
it?
we've had a chat, and you and me
Really?
spoke. Yeah. He's a big lad. He's about 6'5". You can't miss him.
Oh,
There you go.
Absolutely
There you
brilliant.
go.
Never good. Take care, James. Cover your eyes. Cover your eyes. Take care. See you soon, man. Cheers, James. Cover your eyes. 3 more subscribers. Should just stand here, shouldn't I? Have a placard.
Oh man. So we were talking about the Antonio goal, the Soucek goal. I mean, a great bit of play from Antonio. Do you think, Dan, over to you? Do you think that having Scamacca there? I mean, he's been calling for support for such a long time, and albeit Scamacca wasn't there tonight, but do you think that he's rested? Antonio's rested.
See, this is where you're going to see. I think this season is where you're going to see a better Antonio. He didn't score tonight, but he did everything but. And then he's going to get games where he's not going to play. He's going to be rested, so he's going to be able to come in. They were even saying it. I didn't get to go to the game tonight because I've been working, but I obviously was listening to it. And they were even saying on commentary, like, Antonio looks so much better for the 90 minutes because obviously he got a rest in, for the European games and the last league game. So he's been able to do that swashbuckling stuff, get himself about, get the tackles in, get in the box, do all the hard graft and do it for 90 minutes. Because for me, that's the best I've seen him over 90 in a long time. Usually tires, 65, 70th minute. So the squad depth's massive. At the end of the day, as the season goes on, we're going to be playing a lot of football over this season, and having this quality in depth now is going to help the team massively.
And Russ, this probably highlights, though, and I said this during one of the shows with Irish Tommy earlier on today, that if unfortunate circumstances happen, like Scamacca is either injured or not well, and it forces we've then only got one option. We've only got one option, and that option isn't still the out-and-out striker that West Ham are calling for. So it maybe just highlights an area for improvement that maybe with tomorrow, with the transfer window kicking in, that Moyes is going to be investigating, and I think he's got targets on his mind. Yeah,
Possibly. I think it's. I was talking to someone today about. I was talking to Scott Minto about transfers. Let me just jot that name in, but. I was saying, I think the business we do tomorrow is going to be based on other people's business. If that makes sense. So, if Aubameyang goes to Chelsea, Brozier could become available. I don't think it will. I think we've got the sort of the targets we want. I still think right backs, like Dan said, we're a bit light. I think. Obviously, Johnson. I think Johnson was ill as well. That's why he wasn't in the squad. So, we still put out. Although we had 2 goalkeepers, we still put out a full squad without necessarily, without Scamacca, without Johnson. I mean, Corno didn't get any minutes today. So I thought Fornals, bless him, played about 12 different positions it saw today. Welcome, Drainhole Hammers. Welcome.
Yeah,
to the,
welcome. Thank you very
club.
much, Drainhole. Pleasure, mate.
Pleasure.
But I think what it means is, we're seeing versatility used. This is something, I'm not being ridiculous when I make the statement, but watching West Ham for the years that we've watched, I've never personally looked at players and gone, I want you to be versatile. I've just looked at a player and gone, I want you to be a winger, I want you to be a striker, I want you to be this. But Moyes has changed my total view on football, and I get that people get frustrated at certain things, but he has, and now I understand the importance of versatility in a game. And I don't think Cornet's sitting there going, shit, I never got any game time tonight, because he's blatantly going to get game time. It's blatantly going to happen because we're in a transitional period. Dan, we've got loads of games. Go for it.
You're going to say you've got to remember we're going to be playing 2 games every week until the World Cup. So the importance of depth and the importance of having quality in every position, 2 or 3 players, is going to be massive as the season goes on. You know, and I think that all of the players that have signed, if you've listened to their interviews, they've all said, we've signed onto the project that Moyes sold us. And there's no way Moyes has sold them all the same project, like, oh, you're going to play every single minute. It's going to be a big team effort. And when I say team, I don't just mean the 11 on the pitch. I mean that squad of 25 that are going to be registered to see it out.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, that's one of the reasons why, you know, apart from me wanting 100 and something grand a week, Onana didn't come, because he wasn't going to be guaranteed first team football. And too fucking right. You know what I mean? Even Scamacca shouldn't be guaranteed first team football. And the fact we've got Antonio, if he's a little bit off, then Antonio comes in. Obviously now with Piqueta, he can play a number of positions. So, you know, he puts a few of the midfielders on notice if they don't play. So I was saying to Dan, having options, having almost like one player in two players for one position, that's what we want. We want competition. We don't want Moyes' favourites to dominate selection. They have to earn their place now.
I have to give a big shout out to Benny, a player that many doubted over the last season. But he has started the season off really well, and I thought he actually had a really good performance today. There was one part in the game that showed me that Benny has picked up maybe a bit of the old Benny, the reason why we bought him. He dropped his shoulder when the ball got played through to him in the middle of the park, and he dummied, and the Tottenham player committed to the tackle. He missed it, and then West Ham were on a counter, and the space opened up, and then he put the ball right in front of Bowen, perfectly in front of Bowen, and Bowen, I think, couldn't get the shot off. But that's the Benny that we're looking for, and Benny has been shown us a bit of that, hasn't he, Dan?
Yeah, definitely. I would have preferred him out on the wing tonight, to be honest with you. I reckon him one-on-one with him, was it? Who's the fella they've got at right back? He's bloody useless anyway.
Emerson Royal.
Yeah, that's the one, Royal. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen him one-on-one with him. I think he would have made mincemeat of him. I do think it's a weird decision playing Fornals out on the wing when Benny's got that pace and trickery. But, yeah, I thought Benny was the standout player in the first half. He was really trying to make things happen, him and Antonio. And then, obviously, as the second half went on, you know, made the changes. He was one that obviously had to make way, unfortunately. The thing is, in that second half, they were all playing so well, you couldn't pick who was going to be subbed, to be fair. I genuinely thought there was a point in that second half where it's like, well, he's going to need to make some changes soon, but who's going to be the one? And, Benny started this season. He's been our best player this season, in my opinion, the way he started it. And it's great to see and all, because the fact that there was all the rumour that he was potentially going to be one that was sold, he's really got his head down and he's kind of buying into the Moyes way of doing things. And, it's good to see.
Yeah, you do get that vibe that he is absolutely buying into exactly what Moyes is wanting to achieve. And to be fair, if you're looking at the players that are coming in, you're believing in the project yourself, really, aren't you? Now, a couple of more things before we do head. Piqueta made his debut tonight. He came on and he hit the ground running straight away, didn't he, Russ?
Yeah, he did. It was quite funny. I've got a picture of I think it's Areola on the bench translating Kevin Nolan's instructions, which I thought was quite funny and quite sweet. But yeah, he came on. We know what he's about. We've played with him, so we played against him rather. So we know what he's about. So I mean, he's got a bit about him, hasn't he? We know he's. But what I liked about it was he was getting stuck in.
Well, look at that. Look at that. He's getting stuck in. You can see that there, can't you?
He's getting stuck in. There was a tackle we did on Sanchez at the end. A little sort of, he left a bit on him, which everyone was cheering. But he just seemed the ball just did stick. You know, some players, the ball does stick to them. And he just stuck to him. And if he was, and he could have got the winner. He could have got the winner when that ball came across. And him and Emerson sort of like left it for each other. But again, you know, that's the type of thing you learn when you're developing. You know, obviously he played with Emerson at Lyon, so it's like, you know, there was no real excuse for that one. But they both sort of left it for each other. But
they just both dummied it, and it was just like, oh my god! And then straight after that, though, Russ and Dan, this happened. This opportunity for us. Jared Bowen at the back post. He crosses it in. Look at Antonio. I think Antonio was in utter shock.
You know what? It was Soucek as well. Soucek threw himself to the ground. He was so frustrated that he weren't closer.
David Moyes.
I know.
And I think we all
brilliant.
did.
He was brilliant. You like his facial expressions throughout the whole game. They should have a Moyes cam.
I
They're
tell you what,
missing
as
out
well.
a trick.
Credit to Moyes tonight because he started with a formation and the players, and then as the game went on, he evolved it with his substitutions and he changed the formation up a few times. You know, he could see, you know, he actually went to a 5 for a bit. He could see that weren't working. He was playing Oggy at left back. He could see that weren't working. So he made the change. He made the right changes at the right time. You know, he earned his money tonight, Moyes. And on another day, play 5 more minutes, we might win that game. I genuinely really do believe it.
Yeah.
Really do believe that.
Russ, people are talking there about Bowen getting half left, right, and centre. I completely agree. He did. He was chopped down left, right, and centre, and I agree with that comment.
The ref had a poor game. The ref had a poor game.
The ref was very poor. I mean, the penalty, that handball decision, that took like 5 minutes.
I think it was 5 minutes. It took.
Absolutely ridiculous. And then just, I think he was just poor across the whole game. I don't think he controlled it particularly well. He just wasn't a very good referee, which was a shame because it ruined what was, I think, a really competitive game between two good teams. And maybe a ref who could let a few things go, maybe tighten up. And Højbjerg, who, changing his boots or whatever he did after.
Pointless time wasting, trying to break up West Ham's momentum in any way. Drain Hammers is saying all the hate for Soucek, Benny, and Antonio now question marks if like where is it? But you can't because you've got a squad stepping up. I know the season is starting now. You know, we're 4 points off. You know, we've played 5 games, Dan. We've got 4 points, but wasn't a great start. But we'll take that. You know, we've had 3 games in a row now, Dan, and we haven't been beaten. We've only conceded 1 goal.
The thing is, though, mate, a lot of people forget, right? The Premier League is hard. It is hard. There's no easy game in the Premier League. You know, look at Bournemouth tonight. They've been hopeless. They've just nicked a point from Wolves. You know, there's no easy game in the Premier League. Everyone had Fulham coming up and getting relegated. Let's look at the start Fulham have had. There's no easy game, mate. Every single team, 1 to 20, are incredible. Like you've got to be a very good team, right? We've started slow, but I've said first game of the season, I think we could have done more against Man City, but they were just a ridiculous team. You got to, you know, half your team needs to be having an 8 out of 10 game. Nottingham Forest, on another day we win it. You know what I mean? We were hopeless against Brighton, but I think the 2 games in Europe, I think we were pretty good. And then, you know, the win at the weekend has helped us. And tonight, that's the best performance of the season, in my opinion, tonight. Yeah, it really is. And so hopefully we can kick on from here.
I tell you something, if you were listening to the official commentary, don't, because some of the statements that were made were ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. It was driving me insane. I actually think it was Tony Gale and Andy Townsend.
Yeah.
And at one point I was going to throw the bloody control at the telly because they were saying it was a dull game. I was just like, and West Ham weren't stepping up. I was like, what are you talking about? Drain Holhammer's saying ref was so poor, said by a Chelsea fan. The future is very bright, just buzzing from Artel. He's already buying into the fans in the West Ham way already. Perfect player for us. Ref was blind when it came to Bowen. Pat Holland is saying Emerson and Piqueta understanding will come soon and those tap-ins will happen. Good point.
Do you know what I was most impressed with Piqueta was how much he put his foot in. Everyone thought we were buying a flair player, and he tracked back. He was all over the pitch, putting his foot in, nicking it, and he's. Do you know what? He's passing. You can just tell he's going to be one of them on the ball. He's so intelligent. He received, and it was gone. You know, it was. It was almost like he's one of them players. He can see it 2 steps ahead. He was one of them. Passed it, moved. You know, I really think he's going to make the midfield tick.
Yeah, absolutely. Russ, final words from yourself, mate, before you head home for a nice cheeky nap.
Job done. Now let's see what we can do on Thursday and get ready for those Chelsea boys, isn't it? I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Chelsea now. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Make sure you watch the live stream all day today, tomorrow.
Yeah, we've got. I don't know. I don't even what we're actually really doing. To be honest, we're going to do a bit of a Sky Sports. We're going to do a Sky Sports theme. So any news that comes out, we're going to be doing shows throughout the day. It doesn't matter how many, but there's going to be quite a lot probably. And then we're going to have a live show. Dan, I'll message you after and see if you're about. And we're going to be going on.
I'm actually, funny enough, going to be going live for a couple of hours in the evening on my own channel as well, getting people caught up. But I will jump on at some point for a bit.
That's fine. I'll send you the link. And
a few special guests from the Rusty B Black Book.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say.
Not from my book.
Not from your book, unless your dad's coming over.
No, my special. I've got all the special guests. I've got all the crew.
And what we need to do is just nick his phone at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. Dan, final words from yourself, mate.
Yeah, just happy with that, mate. Happy with that result. I'll take it all day long. Season starts now. Come on.
Yes. Now you're listening to a guy who watches football left, right, and centre from all over the world, probably. So if you're interested in any of content, go across and check out the 12th Man on YouTube. Please do it. It's great content, really good. Dan also comes on the channel here. Dan was one of the original founding members of the original channel that we had before we joined forces. So please go across and check out the 12th Man. Give Dan a good support and subscribe to his channel as well. But listen, we got a point. We're moving up the league. We're on 4 points. Happy day. And we move on to Chelsea, but we've got a transfer window to close tomorrow night first. And do you know what, lads? I'm not going to lie to you. I'll be glad when that's done, because then we'll know what we've got to work with.
Yeah.
And that's it. We can put to bed any of the crappy rumours. We know who's going to be there, and we'll move on from it. So,
Exactly.
Last but not least, Russ, man of the match.
Soucek.
Tommy Sucek. Dan?
Yeah.
Kira.
Yeah.
Thought he was brilliant. Might have scored an own goal, but I thought he was brilliant.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Love it. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Please subscribe to the channel. Please hit the thumbs up. If you're interested in becoming a channel member, please do that as well. Leave a comment once the video is done. Stay safe and keep supporting West Ham. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. And come on, you Irons. Cheers, Dan. Cheers, Russ. Take it easy.
No worries.
Cheers, guys.
See you later.
Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
It's like a family tree, part of you